Today we'll be teaching BTS's Anpanman. Don't forget that this video is mirrored, so you should be watching us as if you're looking at us in the mirror. Also, don't forget to stretch before you start dancing. And lastly, we also have our BTS Big Love Dance tutorial linked here. So don't forget to check that out. Yeah, let's begin.
Let's go. So we're going to teach the entire chorus of Anpanman, and we learned mainly from the center parts, so this is what the tutorial is going to focus on. So have our stance a little bit wide, because we're going to go even wider once the chorus starts. So we're going to be here prepped, and then on 1, our left foot is going to come out, step out even more, and it's pretty wide, and also have your stance lower, so go lower. And then this is on 1, and then also on 1, 2, and 3, counts 1, 2, and 3, your hands and arms are going to intersect like an X, and circle, circle, circle. Right hand is going to be in front of the left hand, so 1, 2, 3. And then at the same time, your whole body is going to go left, 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 also in a circle motion. So think about this being circular, think about this being circular, and do it all at the same time. But for counts 1, 2, and 3, we're going to emphasize our body going left, left, left. So let's try that. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then after we finish the 3 here, we're going to try to stay more center and then go left on 4. So on 4, we're going to go even more left and then try to kick this right foot out like this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And then also on 4, your hands are going to be here on 3 and then coming up, 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 up. And then on 4, they're going to be around here and then you hit forward, rotating your whole arm forward. So you go 4, like that. 4. On the side view, it's going to look like this.
It's like you're holding a water bottle and then you pour the water out.
Yeah, and very forcefully, like it's like a hit, like boom. And then you're gonna land this right foot back down on 5. On 5, your hands are gonna come down and then go like this on 5. And then also on 5, you're gonna bend a little bit lower again and then kind of hip roll upwards. So it's not a whole body, but you're gonna go a little bit like this. So a little bit. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this together. So the hands are slightly pointed inwards. So it's not like this, but more like this. So you go 5, and then you're gonna go prep with your left shoulder. You're gonna go a little bit forward, and then on 6, you're gonna hit your right shoulder forward in like an arc, like a rainbow. So you're gonna go like, so 5 and 6 like that. And then also on 5 and 6, your hands are gonna be more relaxed. So don't go like this, but it's more like, so very relaxed. And then after you hit this 6, you're going to have your hands going like this. And then also on 6, so as you hit this shoulder, your left leg is also going to come up on that 6th hit, so you're going to go like this. The members have a lot of different variations in terms of how they raise the foot. Some go like this, some go like this, some go like this. So we're going to do a middle ground of like kind of like this. So it's going to be like 5 and 6. And then the feet are going to have kind of like a rhythm to it. For the next 2 counts, you're going to go 5 and 6, and then wait another count, and then 8. So it's going to be like da 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 da. So after this 6, you're going to do 7 and you're going to clap your hands together, and the right hand should be on top of the left hand. And then on 8, we're going to throw forward and upwards. So like this. So 8. It's a fast throw, and then you just come back like that. So combining that together from the start, we'll go slow. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Yes. So let's continue to the next 8 count. Just for the first 8 count, try to keep your groove in and be very rhythmic with the motion. So
and power.
After the throw on 8, we're going to have 2 different options for you to choose from. You're either going to go low or high, or high or low. For the first 2 counts, you can either copy Ellen or me. So I'm going to be going up and Ellen's going to be going down. And then the next 2 counts after those 2 counts, I'm going to be going low and she's going to be going up. So we're going to demonstrate and then teach it. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you can see, this move is very side to side feeling. On 1, we're going to step right foot and then try to angle our body a little bit this way. And then as we're going to step out our left foot, our body is going to kind of start to angle towards the left side. So it's going to go like 1, and then 2, and then 3, 4. So having this motion is, try to practice this because it's not going to go like this, but the body is kind of turning at a different speed and timing as your feet are. So you have to go like a little bit slower than what your feet, or faster than what your feet, depending on how you think of it. So try to nail that timing and that feeling down. And then so the first 2, if you're going to go up, then your hands are just going to go up here and be relaxed. and the whole time you're going to do this motion. So this applies for her last 2 counts and my first 2 counts. And then for the other move, you're just going to go down, hands like maybe at your belt area, and then be like mid-level, and then just go with your feet as well. So that's going to be the first 4 counts of this 8 count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're doing the higher one, you're going to try to use your shoulders a little bit more. So it's going to look a little bit more like this, instead of like having your hands doing like this or something like that. Whereas when you're doing the low one, you're going to try to lead with your head. It's going to be like you're kind of feeling like a snake. So it's like you're using your head to lead your left and right motions. So doing this, we're going to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to use your shoulder and head for each move, and as well as the body and the feet to guide your whole body motion.
You can also choose to do another hand movement. Some of them do this, some of them do this, some of them do this. Totally up to you, or whoever you want to cover.
And you can check the stage if you have a particular preference for a member. So the next 4 counts are also going to be pretty simple. We're going to first teach the hands. So we're going to first go towards the left side, and then have our right hand, body is towards the left, and then right hand is shooting down like this, while the left hand is like this. So it's like this,
Punch.
a double punch, like this, and then we're going to go to the right, like this. So this is going to alternate like this, this, for the next 4 counts, with the tempo going 5, 6, and 7. When you're doing the left side, you're going to kick up your right heel to match this left move. So like this. Make sure your body is towards the left side when you do this. So it's going to be like 5. And then when we're doing this way, we're going to switch our foot to go like this. And this whole time, it's going to be kind of like jumping. So don't go like this, and this, and this. It's actually like this, like that. The counts are going to go 5, 6, and 7. Okay, and then let's just continue to finish out that 8 count. We're here on 7, and then and 8. We're gonna go and have our left foot come together, not completely together, but very close to your right foot, and then your 2 hands are gonna go from here to here, where they're like you're clapping with yourself. So you're up here. This is on 7 and then on 8, we're gonna pull down with our hands like this, but we're still facing this way, so like this. And then our feet are going to go out like this. Some of them are facing this way, and some of them are facing this way, to whichever one you feel comfortable with. So let's review that 8 count. We're going to go from the throw on 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. So moving on to the next 8 count, they're going to roll their shoulders forward. So you're going to start with your right shoulder and then do right, left, right, left, right, left on counts 1, 2, and 3. So it's going to look like 1, 2, 3. And at the same time, your feet are going to be moving. It doesn't matter which foot you step on, but you're going to step on each count. So 1, 2, 3. You can go forward, back, left, right. It doesn't really matter because they're changing formations. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3. At 3 and, you're going to have your feet go apart a little bit, so don't walk too close to each other like this, don't do this, but just walk regular steps, and you should find yourself with your feet a little bit apart. And then on 3 and, your hands are going to intersect, kind of like this. This is on 3 and then on 4, you're going to go down, and then have your hands come down to your sides, and then have your feet spread apart a little bit so that you go down like this. So also bend your body forward and lower your levels here. So that's going to go like 1, 2, 3, and 4, like that. Okay, and then on 5, this part is when Jimin does this basketball-looking move, and the lyrics is like balling, balling. So when you do this, think about like when people throw a basketball, you're gonna have both your hands come up like this. This hand is like the supporting hand, and this hand is like the throwing basketball hand. So it's gonna be like this, with your left hand like kind of in front of your face, and then this right hand supporting. It looks like either you're holding a ball, or it looks like a more elevated version of like a waiter holding a pipe. So you're gonna be like this, and then on 5, you're going to go 5, and then like kind of slowly but also swiftly drop this like 5, 6. Get down here by 6, and the pathway is just fully extended. This hand kind of goes like down and then drops, while this hand is like scooping forward and then dropping with it. So together it'll look like this, like that, or like this. We're going to be here on 4, and then we're going to go 5. Our left hand, not left hand, our right foot is going to drag behind, and then our left foot is going to step forward, so at the same time. So it's going to be like left foot step forward, while right foot drags behind you. And then at the same time, you're doing this hand motion, you're doing like this. So it's going to be like 4, 5, like this. And then 5, 6. So you don't have anything between 5 and 6. This is just 5, 6. And then 7 and 8 is when you do clap, clap forward, and then try to not look like like this, but just relax your hand and do this. So 7 and then 8 is you go around and then kind of like you're really strong. So you go like boom, 7 and 8. Okay, and then when you're doing this, so now I'm going to teach the feet. So we're going to be doing 5, 6. This right foot is going to step together with your left foot on 6 and then you're going to do 7, hop onto your left foot while raising your right foot, doing the same on 7 and, just the other way, and then again, 8, and then on 8 and, you're going to land back your right foot. So together, it's going to look like 5, 6, and 7, and 8. And then with the hands slowly, so we're going to go from 5, 6, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and. So now let's review that 8 count. So we're going to be going from here where we roll our shoulders at the top of the 8 count. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and. Yeah. So moving on to the next 8 count, our hands are actually going to go not all the way to here, but they're going to go like kind of to here to prep for the next move. On 1, our left foot is going to come out like this, and then keep our weight on our right side. So we're going to be here on 1, and then our hands are going to punch down / punch up like this on 1. The left hand is above the right hand, and the left hand is kind of like going upwards, while the right hand is going downwards, both in like a 45-degree angle like this. From the middle of 1 and 2, your hands are going to be twirling like this. So kind of think about it like your right fist is going to go towards you, while your left fist is going to go away from you. So like this, and then just repeat that motion circularly, and then you should have this kind of motion. So when you're twirling, it's kind of like you're going to do 1.5 turns until you get your right hand to go to your chin area, and then your left hand is going to be on top of your upper right thigh, and then it's going to be here because we didn't explain the feet yet. So this is on 1, and then on 2, you're going to have your left foot come in like this, and then your right knee is going to come up like this at the same time. So it's going to be like 1, 2. You're going to kind of hop into it. So let's go from here, 1, 2. And then on 2 and, your right hand is going to pull your face towards the right. So you're going to go like this. And then on 3, you're going to have your face come back, and then your right foot is going to go out like this. And keep your weight still in the center of your body, so more towards the left than the right. Also keep your hand over here, even though it got ditched by your upper right thigh, just keep it here. So you're here, and then this is on 3. After this, there's a faster combo. It goes 3 and 4. There's 3 moves that go from 3 and 4. Alright, we're going to explain the hands first. So you're going to go from here. This is going to go 3 and then this hand is going to, right hand is going to drop up. It's going to be like this. And then 4 is going to be like this. And then make sure your fist is pointing upwards and your palm is like towards the front. So not like this, but like this. And have your right hand kind of go behind your body so that you don't go like this and it's awkward and inside. The tempo is going to go like 1, 2, and 3, and 4. It's going to be a little bit fast, so make sure you go back and review this combo and keep practicing this combo if you don't get it at first, because it's quite fast. Now we're going to teach the legs for 3 and 4. So you're going to be here on 3, and then on you're going to have your right foot re-step a little bit closer to you, and then at the same time your left foot is going to raise up like this. So and then on you're just kind of extending your left foot out, and then 4, you're going to land your left foot out. Very centered when you do this. It's like a V. When you're doing this, make sure you're not doing like when we explained. Don't do like this, like what we said just now. It's actually going to go more like 3 and 4, like this. So it's very centered. You're just re-stepping and then stepping with your left foot. Putting that together with these 3 hands, it's going to be like this. You're going to go from 3, okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4, like that. So it's a little bit fast, but make sure you're going 3 and 4. So now let's review that part from here. So we're going to go from 1, okay? So 8. Let's actually go from 8. So let's go really slow. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So keep practicing this combo over and over again until you feel really comfortable with it, because that's kind of how we did it. So just keep practicing. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So now let's continue on to the rest of the 8 count. On 5, as your fist is dropping directly downwards, so your elbow needs to go out like this way. So you're gonna go 5. So try to go as low as your fist can allow without your elbow dropping. Okay? So you're gonna go 5, and then after you hit the lowest point, you're gonna immediately like bounce out towards the left side. So it's gonna be like 5, and then try to hit here to your side by 6. And then while you're going down like this, your hand is gonna change into kind of like this and then hit your side. So it's gonna go from here, 5, 6. When you hit here on 6, this hand is gonna have like a chain reaction to every time you hit this. It's gonna go like dum 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 dum. The next few counts. So you're gonna go 6, and then this hand goes immediately out like this, reacting to your hit. So 6, and then this hand is like your wrist is going down, your hand is going downwards. So like this. So 6, and then come back down by 6 and. So it's gonna be 6 and then your hand, this left hand is gonna come out again like this. To explain this whole part a little bit better, I'm gonna do it a little more normal speedish. So it's gonna go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, like this. So you notice how it's very dum 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 dum, but also make sure you relax your hands decently enough so that it doesn't look like that, very stiff. So you're gonna go 5, 6, and so on 7, this hand is gonna come back down and hit your thigh here, and then also you're gonna restep with your right foot on 7 as well, and bend your knees. So it's gonna be like 6 and then 7. So make sure you restep with your right foot a little bit, and then also move your knees to a bending position. So you drop a little bit, and then this hand comes out slowly. Keep in mind that after this, every half count, we're doing this every half count, but once you hit here on 7, this hand comes out a lot slower because it's filling out one whole count instead of a half count. You're going here on 7, and this needs to hit the highest point. Don't go like what I did just now. It just comes out to here, and then this is, you hit here on 7 and then at the same time on 7 and your left heel is gonna be placed out like this. And then also at the same time you can optionally move your head to like the right side. Jimin sometimes does this and sometimes does it, so up to you. From here, 5, 6, and 7 and then you're gonna come back 8, and then this is going to be like a transition move to the next 8 count. I'm going to only briefly explain this because we're going to start to review the first 4 8 counts. You're going to throw, like your right hand is going to come out as like the same chain reaction as we did just now, but you're going to kind of stop it short and then throw it out like you're going to be like 7 and 8 and then at the same time you're going to prep your left foot to spin towards the right, where you lift your right knee up and then also kind of use your left foot as like a spinning foot, and then you go 7 and 8 and. So you're gonna kind of restep with your left foot as well, and then turn towards the right side and turn. But let's not focus on this part too much. So let's first review this 8 count, and then we'll review the first 4 8 counts. Let's go from here on 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and. Okay. So now let's review the first 4 8 counts, and then we'll go 75% speed with music and 100% speed with music. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8.
Oh.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and...
So let's move on to the next 8 count, and we ended off with us throwing our hands like this and pushing off on our left foot to go over here. So we're going to face like 45 degrees back, like towards the back left corner, have our stance like this. They all have different hands. Some of them put it like this, and some of them fold their arms like this. It honestly doesn't really matter, so just choose whatever you feel comfortable with. So you land on one, and then have our face look like towards the front. Ish, that way. Ish,
Wait,
front,
sugar
ish.
goes out.
Yes, so sugar goes out on this part, and then everyone here is doing like a little bounce. So we're going to go like bounce, 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 bounce 4 times. So this is 1 and 2 and then on 3 and 4, we're going to step with our left, then right, then together. Let's demonstrate. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's a left, right, and then both feet, and then step like out-ish. So this is when they go like 1 and 2 and then they change formation 3 and 4. On 3 and 4. Okay, so we're here on 3 and 4, and then make sure once you hit here on 4, that you stay very still, and then once it turns to 5, then you start bobbing, going up and down again. So we're here, 3 and 4, and then we choose any pose you want. You can do any pose, preferably maybe copying one of the members' poses. So be here, and then on 5, and then 5 and 6, and so another 4 times, and then on 7, everyone leans away from the center. So if the center was here, then Ellen would go that way and I would go this way. So this would be on 7, and then on 8 there's nothing, and then we go up on 8 and, yeah. And then this 8 and, you're gonna have any hands. They also vary a lot. Some of them do this, some of them do this. So it's a very general upward, put your hands in the air kind of pose. So let's review that 8 count. So let's go from okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and. So that should be a fairly simple 8 count. Just make sure you get all the flow into it, and then we can continue on to the next 8 count. So we're here on 8 and then you throw on 2. So you keep this pose on 8 and all the way till 2, and then you throw. You can do any throw you want, like this, some of them go like this, some of them do this. 3, 4, 5, 6, all of those are freestyle walking around. They generally have a kind of format for this, so on counts 3 and 4, they're freestyling mostly in place. So like 3, 4, and then on 5, 6, they're going a little bit more spread, like 5, 6, a little bit more free out into everywhere, and then 7 and 8, they go back into a clump formation, and then J-Hope kind of goes up like 7 and 8. So the main part is making sure that you freestyle for 4 counts, and then on 7 and 8, you're starting on 7, you're coming back in, and then on 8, make sure your feet are apart. Yes. So let's review those 2 8 counts very quickly, and then we'll move on to the third 8 count. So we're going from here 5, 6, and 7 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. However you get to this position from 7 to 8, it doesn't matter. So like I did like a double step into it, whereas Ellen just stepped into it. Both are okay. So now let's continue on to the last 2 8 counts. This is when J-Hope does this and does an airplane part. So we're here on 8, and then on 1, we're going to raise both of our hands up to here, and raising our right hand a little bit more to do like a little circle. So we're going to teach the first 2 counts first. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and. A big right hand, and then a both together, and then a big left hand and a both together. And then while also doing this whole time, your knees are going to be like so you're gonna like kind of lift your knees a little bit and then put them back. So it's gonna be 1 and 2 and. Adding on top of that, we're gonna lean to the left when we're doing these 2, and then we're gonna lean to the right when we're doing these 2. So it's gonna look more like 1 and 2 and. And try not to merge the left and right together. So don't go like 1 and 2 and, but try to emphasize more like 1 and 2 and. Continuing on, we're going to do exactly the same thing again. So we're going to go 3 and 4 and. It's really simple, just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, and the whole time you're doing da 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 da. So we're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then there's actually not gonna be a 4 and, so don't go 4 and. You're gonna go 4 and then cut it short on 4 and. We're gonna go left. This is like a fast, and then you go slow motion a little bit, and then we do this airplane move. Okay, so we go fast. Make sure you use a little bit of chest. There's like a tiny, tiny chest wave. So if I go this way, we're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then there's like a tiny, tiny chest wave. I'm not sure if you can see that, but you're gonna do like a little bit. I'm gonna teach the legs first because they're a little more complicated. So when we're here, we're gonna go prep out, go out, and then on 6, you're gonna hit in. So inward, on every half count, you're gonna emphasize going inwards. So it's gonna be 6 and 7 and 8 and then try to make this very flowy. You're gonna have to like shift your weight when you're here, 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and. So every time that you're lifting up your leg, you're also going inward, and that might feel a little weird at first, but just make sure that you keep practicing this and then try to like do this and keep raising your leg until that you can be a little more low and then do this move as well. Now we're gonna do the hands with it. We're gonna be 4 and 5, and then right before it hits 6, your arms are gonna come out, and then you're gonna hit here on 6. So this is the airplane looking move. We're gonna go 6 and then you're gonna shift your whole body this way so that when you hit the airborne left foot in the 6 and 7, then your hands are gonna be positioned like this towards the right side, kind of. So to break that down, we're gonna go 4 and 5, 6 and 7, like that. And then after 7, we're gonna come back. This is and then 8. So we're gonna go left, right, left. 8 is when we hit this inner while our right foot is in air, and then you're not gonna land this right foot down. You're actually gonna like scoop your heel back a little bit, and then with the scoop, you're gonna lift up your left foot and then try to bring your 2 feet together. So it's gonna 6 and 7 and 8 and. So you're gonna scoop this foot a little bit back, and then also with that scoop, you're gonna bring your left foot together with your right foot and land here. And at the same time, since your hands are here, on the 8 and, you're gonna bring together both of your hands. You're gonna bring it to your side and then just drop it down. So 8 and. Okay, so from here we go 8 and, like that. So let's go from the top again with the 8 and. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and. So continuing on to the last 8 count, this 8 count is very, very easy. So once you hit this on 8 and, they're all gonna throw on count 3, but they're gonna go 1, 2, 3. So like J-Hope kind of does like a little baseball thing. You can do that if you want. You just rotate your elbow around and then you throw on 3, whereas a lot of the other members, they just go like groove a little bit and then throw on 3. So that's all. Like you go 1, 2, 3, and then from 4 all the way to 7, you just kind of like freestyle groove around, and then on 7, you're gonna slide out a little bit, like 7, and then on 8, they're all gonna like hit imaginary kind of walls, or like they got hit by something, and then they're gonna fall to the ground.
Besides Ratman.
Oh yeah, besides Ratman. Yeah, so you're gonna go 7 and then 8. Just try to have fun with your fall and don't injure yourself. That's the biggest, most important part. Don't injure yourself, but make sure you fall like. So now let's review those 4 8 counts, and then with 75% music and 100% music. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So now let's go over everything with counts, and then we'll go everything with 75% music, and then 100% with music. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Thank you for learning with us and dancing with us. We really hope you enjoyed it, and also watch our cover on Instagram and subscribe if you like our content.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.